Hi guys, SwifTs here. Today I'm bringing you another FIFA 17 Millwall career mode video. This one is season 1 episode number 12, and you would remember that last episode, so episode number 11. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it, and all the other ones beforehand. We did bring back the TV reviews. Now the reason why this one isn't one is I've been quite lazy, but next episode anyway, so the 13th episode would have been the monthly review for the not going to do the table every month because there's not really many games that can change it, but I was going to do the squad report every month. But before we get into any further, let me just mention that we did just score there from a penalty. Sam Baldock once again scoring his 6th or 7th of the Premier League. That's a lie. 6th or 7th of League One, and he's already becoming one of the top goal scorers. I think his I think someone before this game was on 7 when he was on 5, I think, actually. And he was like 8th, and there was quite a lot above him. So that's alright, I suppose. Imagine if we had him from the beginning of the season. All them 0-0 draws. Could have been different. But anyway, back to where we're saying. The squad report, I'm going to quickly, every month I will go through who has risen by exactly what amount. Yes, they will be repeated, some of them. Sometimes they might have gone up an extra one, maybe they'll just be exactly the same, but I wouldn't know. I would, but I wouldn't as well. Just a quick update to everyone who watches. But anyway, yeah, so we are 1-0 up against Bristol Rovers here, by the way. But before getting into any of that, the League One standing, so the table before we even played this fixture, in first it was MK Dons with 23 points and 6 goal difference, and it was Rochdale with the same 23 points and 6 goal difference. Then Bolton was third with their automatic promotion, by the way. Third, 4th, 5th and 6th, which I'm about to go through now, are the playoffs. That's the word I could never freaking understand to remember. So yeah, Bolton are in third with 23 points as well, with 4 goal difference. Another 23 pointer with Bradford City, but they've only got 3 goal difference. Southend United are in 5th with 22 points and 6 goal difference, and joining them in 6th place is Millwall, so us, with also 22 points and 6 goal difference. So yes, we are in the playoffs now, so that's fantastic. We're rising up the table, but our rating doesn't seem to be rising anyway. Again, before we get into the game, the scout report. The youth scouts, we bring back 3 for the 3rd month, which was the final month I scouted for. We bring back 2 from France and 1 from England. Got Philippe Perayou from France. He's a 17-year-old, don't know what position. I'm pretty sure he was a centre mid, can't remember though. We got Henry Guerin, also French and 17. Not sure what position he was, to be honest. And we got Owen Mitchell from England, who was 15, so he can't be used yet anyway. Also, before this first fixture, we was at a loss of 294,000, so that sucks. And we are 75 rated before this game. That changes a lot. The rating doesn't change it straight away, but it changes quite a lot at the end. But the loss does change quite easily. So that's not fun at all. This first game though that we're in was almost half time already because I've been yammering on about other things. Bristol Rovers, who are sitting 20th in the league, against Millwall, which is us, who sit 6th. Currently 1-0 up, as you can see. The team we put out for this though was Gianluigi Donnarumma sat in goal. We had Martin, Hutchinson, Duida and Cummings from left to right in the defence line. We had Callum Butcher and Figueroa in the CDM roles. From left to right in the attacking roles, not striker though, was Greg Wild, Lee Gregory and Cam, and David Royale on the right mid. And up top, as is on his own, I should say, as always, is Sam Baldock. He's only missed 1 game, or 1 in the big games, because he got red carded and then obviously had to miss a game because it was a red card. Half-time substitutions that we do bring on. I'm not sure if I mentioned this by the way, but the goal was scored by Baldock. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm not too sure. Half-time substitutions we made with Aidan O'Brien, Emerson Handyman, who's obviously a loanee for Bournemouth, centre mid, and Williams, who came in at centre mid as well. I'm pretty sure we put on Handyman, yeah, at Cam. We took Lee Gregory out. Aidan O'Brien, who's a striker, we put him on the left mid, took Greg Wild out to give him a bit of a rest, like we do every game, so we don't have sufficient players to constantly recycle. Obviously we do. We've got at least 2 sets of 2, but they might not always be fully fit, so that sucks. And finally we brought Williams on in that centre mid role for Figueira. Wanted to keep him fresh because that team we're using now seems to be working very well. So the first starting 11 I did mention. Still 1-0 up, but we're going to the second half. I'm going to mention a few of the +1 ratings of the squad report. We have Gianluigi Donnarumma, who's obviously a loanee from AC Milan, I believe. He's gone up +1. Callum Butcher, one of our he's a central defensive mid. He goes up +1 as well. Greg Wild, left mid, goes up +1. Emerson Handyman, he's gone up +1 and he's a loanee from Bournemouth. Archer, who's a goalkeeper, who got 1 game, he went up +1. So we stopped playing him because we got Gianluigi Donnarumma because the rating's better, he's a better keeper. Aidan O'Brien's also gone up +1 rating. Jamie Philpott's gone up +1 as well. Cabral, he's gone up +1, he's a youngster. We signed a few, either the first scouting month or the second one. We got Gerlin, he's gone up +1 as well. Paul Rooney, he's a left back, I want to say, he's gone up +1. Kyron Farrell, he's gone up +1, he's a central mid, but he's not at all very good. His rating's like 52 or something like that. Tom King, who is a keeper, who we've not played at all, like Archer. Actually, Archer's got 1 game, but yeah, Tom King we've not played, but he's gone up +1. He's not even trained, obviously, because FIFA does that occasionally. So yeah, he's gone up +1. Thompson's a centre mid, is 61 rated, he's gone up +1, so he's still 61 rated, he was originally 60. Hutchinson, who's our centre back, who's currently playing in his first game, does play in the second one as well. He had an injury for 3 months, but he's gone up +1. Andrew Ayew, he is a youngster we signed in one of the first 2 months of the youth scouts. Guerin, I mentioned him earlier in the episode, one of the new signings. He actually went up +1 as well in one of the last training sessions we did before the end of the episode. Also, one of them new signings as well, obviously he was the French one. The other French counterpart we signed was Philippe Pereyu. He also went up +1, so they're already rising pretty well. I'm pretty sure Philippe Pereyu here, so one of the scouts found him and we signed him from France. I mentioned that at the beginning of the episode sometime. He's a promising player, so if you don't know what a promising player actually means, it's if you ever play career mode, it'll have that little stop sign next to it. Basically, that means they're a promising player. It does say it on screen, so if you've not seen that, well, there you go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a promising player, which means he will obviously grow to be a decent player unless he's got injuries. And we've got 3 more players to mention. We've got Griffiths. He is, if you go to the catalogue, you can use Scout Future Star once a season. I did that right at the beginning of the season. Now who Griffiths is. We haven't used him yet. He's a striker. He's 57 rated, I think, and he's only 15. So he's going to be a beast, hopefully. I've never actually used one of the players I've got from a scouting. What's it called? Youth Scout, not Youth Scout. One of the Future Scouts, Future Star Scouts, Future Star players. Because I've never really played career mode enough to get them to the star player end of things. Plus, the career modes I've done recently have all been higher tier clubs. I did Southampton last year. I also did a whole career mode last year, but that wasn't on YouTube or anything. That's why I wanted to do a whole on this year. I actually decided I wanted to do a whole on this FIFA, but then I was like, you know what, I haven't got it yet, so I'm going to do it on FIFA 16 anyway, to see what the team is like, just to get used to using them. I didn't end up doing the whole one just yet though. 2 more players to mention. We've got Connor Chaplin. He is a fellow striker, like Sam Baldock, but surprisingly actually Sam Baldock hasn't gone up a rating yet. He scored many goals and assisted many as well, so that's surprised he hasn't gone up. So I'm not training him because he's got the training in the games. Everyone else gets trained though. The next player I'm going to mention, so I've already mentioned Connor Chaplin, he's gone up +2. The next player I'm about to mention, and the final one who's actually risen by a certain amount, he has always been in training. He does occasionally get game time. I'm surprised he didn't score there as well. But he does occasionally get game time, but gets chosen. He gets chosen not as much as Martin, who is at left back. So Chesmain, the other left back for us, he was 50 rated when we started the career mode. He's now 53 rated. He's gone up +3. Fantastic player though. He did really well for us when he does play. Gone up +3 ratings. If he continues with this growth, he's going to be a brilliant player. But we are into the second game now. We did win that game, the first game 1-0, and are transitioning over to the second game. But mid-episode, before we get into the second game, we stayed 75 rated, but our losses went down from 294,000 to 439,000. Yeah, horrific. And we meant to get a profit of 8.5 million by the end of the season. Obviously, yes, we're not in January yet. We haven't made any sales of any players. Obviously, that will get our profit up because we'll get more transfer budget. Not only that, is that the wage budget will go down as well. And that's part of the reason why we're not doing so well. Our wage budget every week is £140,000. That's why we're going down. We only get 40k shirt sales roughly a week as well. So we in theory lose 100,000 a week. We're going down too quickly, and it does go down again at the end of the episode by quite an amount. But anyway, that's not why we're here. The table, the top 6 again, between episodes. MK Dons, Rochdale, Bolton, Southend, Millwall and Chesterfield. That's the order 1 through 6. Bradford, the opponents we are now, they actually lost a game. They stayed on 23 points. They fell from, it was 4th at the start of the episode, and they're now 7th before this game. But MK Dons, Rochdale and Bolton, so the top 3, all got 26 points. MK Dons and Rochdale with 7 goal difference apiece and 5 with Bolton. 4th, 5th and 6th is Southend, Millwall and Chesterfield. So we're sitting in 5th after that win against Bristol Rovers, one we should probably have won by a lot more goals. I'll mention some stats in a minute from that, or 2 particular stats. But anyway, the goal difference for Southend, Millwall and then Chesterfield. Southend and Millwall both have 7 apiece, and Chesterfield have 4 goal difference. So it's a very tight top 6, 26, 26, 26, 25, 25, 25, and that's the goal. That's the points. The goal difference 7, 7, 5, 7, 7, 4. It's a very close top 6 battle. And speaking of that, before this game, 23 points on 7th place was Bradford anyway, our current opponents. So even if they won and everyone else lost, they would have gone top anyway. So it is very tight. Anyway, stats from that first game. 2 I'm going to mention. Now, we only won 1-0, and that was from a penalty. Us, so Millwall, we had 11 shots and 7 on target, whereas Bristol Rovers had 4 shots and 1 on target. We scored 1 in 7, and it was a penalty. If we didn't have that penalty, I'm kind of going to go with that. We wouldn't have scored. It probably would have been a 0-0 draw, which is quite shocking, to be honest. But anyway, as we're approaching I'm pretty sure we're over the half time of the first half, so the first quarter is done. The team we are using is exactly the same, so Gianluigi Donnarumma, Martin Hutchinson, Duidar and Cummings, Butcher and Figuera, Greg Wildley, Gregory and David Warrell and Sam Baldock up top. Same starting 11, mainly because it works very well. In one of the next few games though, Martin will have to come off and Chesmain will go on, so the swap of the left backs, because Martin for some reason doesn't have a lot of energy. But actually, never mind, there was a 2-week break for internationals, and then I think I mentioned a few episodes ago about the international management offer, and then I actually had to dashboard because the recording crashed. Yeah, I haven't had an offer yet, so that means clearly that it didn't go through. So I'm going to check the catalogue again to see if it's there, and if it's not, then it kind of sucks that we can't do that, because I really wanted to do that for this series for the World Cup. I wanted to take England to the World Cup, but unfortunately it's not there. Or it might not be in the catalogue. I'm assuming it's not. If it isn't though, when I do start to stream again, that whole career mode or whatever career mode I decide to do, it's probably going to be a low league one again, because I think it's more fun as a low league one. Yeah, that shot there, that movement was brilliant, but that shot just made me want to murder myself. But anyway, we low tier sides are always the most fun career modes. I think the furthest I've got into a proper career mode from a high tier side was my Arsenal one last year, and I got into the second season halfway through. Before that though, it's the Southampton one I did, and we didn't get that far in that, to be honest, either. And before we approach the end of we're approaching the end of the episode anyway, I'm just going to quickly mention the half-time substitutions. We bring on Ferguson, Onyedin, and Abdu for Wild, Warrell and Figuera. I wanted to rest up the midfield roles as per usual. Abdu though, he's a bit homesick, I needed to mention that, and I probably will put him up for a transfer on January, because he's only 63 rated. We've got better midfielders anyway, plus he's 32-year-old. He is a 32-year-old in fact, not a 32-year-old. He's not multiple people. He certainly doesn't have the skill as multiple people. But yeah, we do actually need to move some people on. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to move on some of the other goalkeepers, because we have got a youngster now as well who's going to end up getting brilliant potential. We're going to end up using him. I think that's Angie Ayew actually. But anyway, we have got Gianluigi Donnarumma for 2 seasons anyway, so it doesn't matter. We can move on some of the older keepers, aka Ford, who's actually on loan. We're going to get rid of some of them, get into the profits hopefully. That obviously would be ideal. This second game, by the way, we had 6 shots, 2 on target, and Bradford had 4 shots and 2 on target. The result you will see is shortly. But at the end of the episode, we dropped to 62 rated, and now that's not because of the victories I'm getting. Obviously, if it was based on victories, we'll be like 80 rated minimum by now. But it's because the profit is down to a minus. So it's I say the profit is the loss is down to 592,000. We're already minus 0.6 of a million. Yes, 0.6 of a million. So we now need to somehow, between halfway through the season and the end of the season, we need to make up 9.1 million to actually get anywhere. Do you know what that means? That means an FA Cup run, and that also means a league win. We need that profit to actually do something. Otherwise, that's not going to be that's not going to be a Met requirement. We're just going to be screwed. In other words, I'm pretty sure it's still 0-0 in the game. It won't be like that for long. But the TV reviews will be coming back shortly. I don't know when exactly. Don't know if it's going to be the next episode or the episode after that. Like I said, I've been a bit lazy. It might be episode 14 they come back, because episode 13 I'm going to have to do either tonight or tomorrow, and I won't have time. Well, I will have time too, but it's easier to spend a Friday when I'm not at work or college to record 3 or 4 TV reviews. So that's that. That's going to happen. So these next 2 episodes are going to be normal, and here is when it changes. I thought it was a dead cross because the keeper ran for it, but no, Ferguson whips in the ball wonderfully to Martin, our left back, and he headers it in quite nicely as well. That's a 1-0. I'll tell you now, just before the end of the video, that's how it ends. 2 1-0 victories, 1 away to Bristol Rovers and 1 at home to Bradford. So not doing too bad. I'm going to record this next episode shortly after this as well, so that's going to be fun, I suppose. I'm going to try and get a better managed rating and higher or lower losses, or higher losses, yeah. I would rather be in the minus 100s than minus 500s, or minus 600s as it's going at the moment. I'm going to look through the players as well who I need to put up for transfer. We've got a minute left of the video, so I'm going to sign it out now. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to smash the like button. Any suggestions you have for this, put them in the comment section down below, and if you did enjoy it, as always, subscribe to the channel. You never miss content. Turn notifications on so you actually know when I upload. It should be every day, hopefully. If I miss a day, I'm sorry. I've got other things to do as well, unfortunately. But if you did enjoy it, like I said, do all the things, and thank you for watching. See you later and have a nice day.
That's a straightforward piece of work for the goalkeeper. Well, good through ball. They've opened them up here. Oh, he was away. Allen was clear.
Well, it looked like a perfect counter-attack. The whole defence had been beaten, but well, the keeper wasn't.
Could be dangerous. And it's a shot now. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper at full stretch. Now, not long to go. And another goal would wrap it all up.